So here we are. Welcome back. This is Fireside Chat number 8.
I don't know, actually.
7 or 8,
I
something
didn't
like
put
that.
a number on the title because I didn't go back and look.
Yeah. So thank you for being patient with us tonight. Obviously, we've got some issues. Let's see. Where to begin? Happy Advent.
Happy Advent.
Happy Advent. Did you take advantage of Cyber Monday yesterday?
I missed Cyber Monday, but
busy.
I got an email from a smart retailer today saying Cyber Monday, free shipping extended to today,
Nice.
also 25% off. So I bought Mom a gift.
Oh,
Not sure if she's watching, but I hope she likes it.
good. I did not do any online shopping. I yesterday and today I'm kind of busy actually. I did.
It's been busy.
Yep. Just again, an apology tonight. I had some difficulties at Mass. The camera went rogue, and we both have an app on our phone that controls the camera.
It's supposed to control the camera.
On a good day, it's supposed
According to our wishes.
Yes, it's supposed to control, and we have all these presets, general view, communion line, altar, ambo, crucifix, Blessed Virgin Mary window, daily mass. And I checked presets before mass, and because I've had issues in the past, they were working. So did that, and then all of a sudden I got a text that said I can only see wood. So I said, okay, well that's not what you're supposed to be seeing.
It is beautiful woodwork.
It's lovely woodwork. It's very lovely. So I quickly got out my phone and just hit general view, and as those of you who are watching know, all you could see was, basically a piece of the old high altar. So again, sorry. The audio was good. So we have a lot to cover tonight.
We do.
We do. Yeah. So, did you get out on Small Business Saturday?
I did not get out on Saturday, but I was inspired.
Yep, it's always a good thing.
I was inspired to support local business.
Yep.
Today I visited our Gallery of Wines.
Gallery of Wines. It's a very, very nice place. There's some excellent wines. I went to the sock store on Small Business Saturday. They have some really good things. Did I ever tell you that several years ago, maybe 15, 16 years ago, I made a life purchase. I bought something very special.
Oh.
And so one of the things that we have to do upon ordination is give the diocese your funeral plans. And my funeral plans have changed a couple of times, but one of the things that I did do, I bought a casket.
Merry Christmas.
I bought a casket.
Merry Christmas to me.
Yes.
A casket.
To me, from me. But yeah, so I bought it from some Trappists out west, and upon my death, they will mail me the casket. It's a simple pine box. And there's a place locally that has a casket or a coffin in their window. It's a tattoo parlor. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The tattoo parlor, which also, I don't think it's for sale.
Oh, okay.
It's been there for a while.
It has been there. So I didn't know if you stopped in
there.
to get a tattoo to support
I'm
local.
still considering what kind of tattoo.
Oh.
That's a lengthy discernment.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm slow on commitments.
Absolutely. But a lot is going on around here. Advent is usually the time when our parish groups our parish groups always take care of the needs of those who are less fortunate, those who are in need in any way whatsoever. Shout out to our Vincentians who continue amazing works throughout the year. Just a nod to their steadfastness in making sure that during these very difficult times, those who have been adversely affected in our own community have their needs met. But you may have seen at all three churches, Frosty the Snow trash can is...
That's right. Frosty the Snow trash can.
Is there, and we can just... and I cleaned out my closet. I got rid of a couple of coats that were previously enjoyed but slightly used. And so 2 coats went in. So if you are able to do so, maybe you could go through your closet and find something that's slightly used, a coat, hat, mittens, something like that, and drop those off. The Knights of Columbus would certainly be very appreciative, and so would those who need a coat or those other types of things be grateful. One of the other things that I was quickly introduced to when I first got here, because it kind of usually goes pretty much throughout the year, is our local state representative and parishioner, Betty Poirier, always takes care of Adopt a Family. And they do different fundraisers throughout the year. And I remember going bowling. Well, I didn't go bowling because I will not wear someone else's shoes. That's just wrong. That spray that they
I'm going to get you bowling shoes for Christmas,
No.
and then we can go bowling together.
No, you can't go bowling because the bowling alley's closed.
Well, that's not forever.
But I have this thing about putting on somebody else's shoes. And that spray that they use, I'm sorry. That
It
probably
kills everything.
Maybe we should try that on COVID. But, obviously, and if you get a local newspaper, the Sun Chronicle, this past weekend, the edition on section B1 is a picture of our friend Betty, and Betty talking about the needs that are here. So if you are able to do so, as you've done in the past, please help Adopt a Family. You can always drop off any donation here, and that will get sent to Betty. And in advance, thank you on behalf of Adopt a Family. Certainly, they could not fundraise this year, and it's a challenge. We're all feeling it, but even though we're all feeling it, at the same time, the generosity has just been amazing. People have been rising to the occasion, and everything looks and feels differently this year. And I know you had a very small Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I had a very small Thanksgiving.
People are commenting on the volume. Just want to make sure we are all volume all the way up. I don't know what more we can do.
Yep, I'm all the way up.
So, not sure why the volume seems lower than normal, but
Yep. We're just having all kinds of issues tonight. But
some people say the sound is fine. So sorry.
yeah, for those of you
Who can't hear us can't hear I'm saying sorry, but our volume is as loud as it can get.
I'm at 20.
Henrietta says hi.
Hi, Henrietta.
It's been great seeing Henrietta at church, and actually they're one of the families in town that have visited every
They've gotten to
every option.
Yep, every option.
During the pandemic.
Yep. The outdoor.
So kudos
all
to
three.
you guys.
Yep.
Seriously, it's great to see kind of that sense of unified community.
Yep.
And there are other families that have done the same.
Absolutely. You know what I'd like to do before we get to the matter that really is at hand, because everybody wants to know the Christmas schedule. About 3 weeks ago, I think it'll be 3 weeks ago this coming weekend, we had a little bit of an issue. Is that an understatement? That's probably an understatement.
Let's just say there's a reason why at the seminary they never assigned me to sacristan duties.
So it was it was the first weekend after daylight savings time ended. And we were outside at the 4 o'clock Mass, and in an effort to make sure that people were safe whilst coming forward for Holy Communion, just trying to move things along, and instead of playing an offertory hymn, I just asked Father Jack to help me set the altar. I was the celebrant at Mass, and we did that.
I went over to the side table.
Yep.
I took out the host from the plastic bag, put it in the dish, brought over the ciborium with the lid on,
Yep.
put it on the altar, poured the wine, little drop of water,
Yep.
brought it up to the altar. We offered up to God bread and wine, which he makes into his body and blood. Comes time for the Lamb of God. Music is playing. I bring over the empty ciborium
Because I have the full
with the lid
ciborium
on.
with the lid on in front of me, and I just passed that to Father Jack while I'm doing the preparation, and Shall I play what happens? I think, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So instead of us, friends, the peace of the Lord be with you always, and with your spirit. Offer to one another a sign of peace. I think I need a drink for this one.
I'm all pious and prayerful. You see how well they can see it, but...
Hopefully you can see it. I don't have the biggest TV. So you can always go onto YouTube and watch this.
So there's the moment of truth when I lifted the lid off and there was nothing in the ciborium.
So I consecrated nothing.
Well, we
Except
had the
one large hose
one
for
large
us.
hose. And then we had the death stare for about 30 seconds.
This is where it went wrong, because he started to smirk.
I
And
can't help
for those
it.
of you who know me, I do not have a poker face.
Look, we're still staring at each
This, you can see the hamster is going around the wheel in my head.
Some people at home actually thought that the internet froze because we were just like dumbfounded. The look on your face, Father Jack, was priceless. Kimberly Simmons, yes. You don't know how much I've laughed rewatching this.
Behold the Lamb of God, behold him who takes away the sins of the world.
But it was a
Blessed
learning
are those
experience,
called the Son of
actually.
Man.
Hopefully that will never happen again. But if
Hopefully.
Greetings from Transfiguration.
if you were there or
And
on
you
live
saw it.
stream, you notice we consumed the body and blood of Christ on the altar. We went to the side table, and then we filled up the empty ciborium, filled up the chalice with wine again, and just did the Eucharistic prayer again.
The entire thing. And I consecrated both elements because it's one of the things that I learned is that you can never consecrate just one. You have to do both. So Father Jack wanted to know, actually, if he could count this as 2 masses, and I said no because you only received one. So I could, but he couldn't. But anyway, so that's kind of a lighthearted type of thing. I'm guessing that some people might want to learn what the Mass schedule is for Christmas.
I want to learn what it is.
Okay, yeah. Now, friends, for those of you who are watching live, and those of you who will watch later, I just want you to know that we just didn't pull numbers out of a hat.
You mean numbers and places
And yeah,
and indoors
how many
and outdoors?
times has this changed over the last 2 weeks? We've been putting a lot of thought, a lot of work into this. I thank the parish staff in a very special way, Elaine Corvese and Monica Forte, for really dealing with us, being patient. We kind of settled on things yesterday afternoon, and then of course we start talking last night, and of course there's a whole new Mass schedule.
Monica called it.
Monica called
She knew
it.
we'd have a different schedule
She
when we
was
came
good.
down this morning.
She was good. But I want you to know that first, the obligation to attend Christmas Mass has been lifted for all of the faithful in the Diocese of Fall River. Now, that doesn't say that we can't celebrate Christmas. We are going to give you ample opportunities, or to the best of our ability, to celebrate Christmas, to keep holy the Nativity of our Lord. Will this not satisfy everyone? No, it won't. And we know that. But we also have to be realistic. We are living in the midst of a pandemic. So just be patient. There are 8 days in the octave of Christmas, and oddly enough, the Feast of the Holy Family is celebrated 2 days after Christmas. So we will continue to have opportunities to celebrate Christmas. And I would encourage you, if you don't feel comfortable being in a large crowd, fine. But we are going to have daily Mass here at the parish, as we normally would do during the week. So I would hope that folks would take an opportunity to celebrate the birth of Jesus in some way with your family, preferably by receiving Holy Communion at Mass. Having said that, should we play this first, or...
We'll put it up.
Well,
Maybe
you figure it out, because I want to say one other thing. it's been some extra work, but it's also been a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of dedication. Where we are seeing the most people attend Mass, believe it or not, is still outside. We had cars that were just doubled up at the 4 o'clock Mass. I know what we consecrated. We consecrated about 325 hosts, and there were about 25 left over. And Sunday morning, there were more than 300 people at Mass. Whereas there were 60 some odd people at the 8, which is great. That's fantastic. And there were about 40 people at the 11. Wonderful. People feel comfortable, and I encourage that. But clearly, the outdoor venue has people feeling a little bit more comfortable, at ease. They don't have. They can sit in their own cars. You can listen. You can see.
You don't have to wear a mask.
You don't have only when you come out for Holy Communion. But we also realize that the outdoor venue is coming to an end, and so take it away.
This is how I wasted my afternoon.
He didn't waste it.
Guess what, everyone? Christmas is on the way. At Transfiguration of the Lord, our Christmas schedule is ready to be released. We have a good weather schedule, which starts off with an outdoor option at 2 p.m. at St. Mary's parking lot, then 3:30 inside St. Mark's, 4 p.m. inside Sacred Heart, and 5:30 inside St. Mary's. Those inside masses require a reservation ahead of time. Call the office or email. Christmas morning, we are going to offer an outdoor mass at St. Mary's parking lot at 9:30 a.m.
Okay, so as you can see, why don't you take over here?
Yeah, as you may be able to see, put your glasses on. This will be published. Don't worry. We decided we needed 2 schedules. We needed an outdoor schedule
or
and
a
good weather schedule, which would allow us to have outdoor masses, and then who knows, we might have bad weather, so a bad weather schedule. So our preference, if the weather allows, is to have this schedule. On Christmas Eve, 2 p.m. outside. The bishop has allowed us to start Christmas Eve masses at 2 p.m. So we can maximize our daylight by using that 2 o'clock hour outside at St. Mary's for a Christmas Eve Mass. Then we're going to have Mass at 3:30 indoors at St. Mark's. 4 p.m. Mass at Sacred Heart indoors, and 5:30 p.m. at St. Mary's indoors. That's Christmas Eve. The indoor masses do require a reservation. Instructions about that forthcoming. Christmas morning, again, because we want to be able to accommodate as many people as we can, weather permitting, our Christmas morning Mass will be outside at St. Mary's here. The benefit of the outdoor masses is that there is no reservations needed, and we can conceivably accommodate whoever wants to come and park on the street or in whatever other parking lots on campus.
I know that early on, when we first started the outdoor venue, I know that the guys, Jim and Mike, they tested the transmission, and they went all the way down to the Baptist church, and they went all the way past Speedy, and they could still hear. So we know that on a Sunday morning, people are parking everywhere. It's beautiful to see the faithful come forward, and we've been blessed with good weather. And but we also realize that this is New England,
and the masses that are able to be live streamed will be live streamed. So our outdoor masses, we live stream. Our indoor masses at St. Mark's, we live stream. Our indoor mass at St. Mary's, we live stream. So there will be plenty of live stream opportunities also. Reservations will be open beginning Monday, December 7th.
This coming Monday.
Don't call tomorrow or email tomorrow.
That's right.
Wait until December 7th, Monday, to contact the office to make a reservation for one of the indoor masses.
And just remember, if you are coming indoors and you have relatives who are coming in from out of state, please follow the norms. We don't want to host super spreader events. So if Aunt Mary's coming in and she's been living in whichever state that has a higher rate than we have, and she knows she's supposed to be quarantining, well then Aunt Mary really should be watching a live stream video. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm trying to keep the flock here safe. That's my sacred
There's a
responsibility.
reason why the state has put in these regulations, as you guys know.
Yeah, you all know. So, of course, as I said, we know that we live in New England, so we could have good weather. However, we know that we live in New England.
Now, it's New England and December, so we have made a foul weather plan also, in which the outdoor masses move inside, which will...
I'm just going to pause just to make sure they can hear the schedule.
Yep.
So, in case of bad weather, and we plan a number of days before Christmas to make the determination whether we're going to move inside or not. But if we have to make that determination a number of days ahead, this is the bad weather or foul weather schedule. The 2 p.m. Mass will be inside St. Mary's on Christmas Eve. Again, reservations needed. The rest of the Masses on Christmas Eve will be the same. 3:30 St. Mark's, 4 p.m. Sacred Heart, 5:30 St. Mary's. And then on Christmas morning, the Mass, instead of being outside, will be inside St. Mary's. From the get-go, so starting on December 7th, you can make a reservation for a bad weather Mass. Let's say you're thinking to yourself, I would love to go outside. I'm planning to go on Christmas morning at 9:30. If, however, the weather is bad, I would like a spot inside. You can call on December 7th and request that spot inside for one of these bad weather Masses.
I mean,
like we have kind of agonized over this for the last day.
No, it's been longer than that.
It's been longer than that. The last day, though, it's been constantly
because we knew
on
that
our minds.
We knew that we were going to announce something, and again, it's COVID fatigue that we all have. We're trying to do the best we can to accommodate, and we know that not everyone will be accommodated. One of the things that the bishop's office has advised us is to just not go and add a whole slew of masses, because here's the thing, we actually have to disinfect between masses. That's why you see this schedule. Now, there's going to be a plea, especially for the foul weather schedule. You see that there's a 2 p.m. Mass at St. Mary and a 5:30 Mass at St. Mary. Father Jack and I cannot disinfect the pews in between Masses. That's just not going to be a possibility. But if someone who's attending the two, or just a kind-hearted friend and fellow parishioner who wants to volunteer some time to just going over pews, it's easy work. It's just, this is what I usually do, or we do on Saturdays in between baptisms when we have one at 1 and one at 2. I try to memorize where people are, and I just go and I quickly disinfect the surfaces, the hard surfaces that have been touched. So if you are willing and able to help us out, we don't need a gazillion people. We need 3 or 4 to just go through St. Mary's, because remember, even though it seats a good number of people, we can't fill it. We're only at 50% capacity. So in advance, anyone who volunteers, on behalf of your grateful pastor and parochial vicar, thank you very much. Any questions coming up?
No questions so far about the schedule. People are happy to have the outdoor masses. If there are questions about the details of the schedule, I would just ask you wait. It's going to be in the bulletin this weekend, and you'll see. You
can go on YouTube and watch this.
Yeah.
So just in your search engine on YouTube, just Transfiguration of the Lord, North Attleboro. You can use your nifty remote and just speak it too.
A few questions from earlier.
Okay.
If someone would like to make an Adopt a Family donation, Who is the check made out? To whom is the check made out?
It is made out to, I believe, Transfiguration of the Lord. Let me go check Betty's email. Yep, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, if people could make donations through the collection basket or mail to the rectory, that would be great. So what we've done in the past, going back to Father Dave, is the monies are collected here, and then one check is written and given to Adopt a Family. And if I'm wrong, but I think I'm correct, Monica and Jean can give direction. But the check is made. Just put in the memo, Adopt a Family. This way we know that that is a designated fund, and that has to go to Adopt a Family. And that's never been a problem in the past.
There is, the question has been raised about a midnight mass.
There will be no midnight mass this year. We need proper staffing in terms of shifting people. And it's just, as the ushers at St. Mark, the ushers in the parking lot know, and the ushers at Sacred Heart, who have done a great job, it's not easy to move people around, even at night, especially at night. It's not going to be easy. So since there is no obligation to even attend Mass in 2020 for Christmas, the decision was made, not just because of logistics, but also for our sanity as well. This is already stressful, very stressful, and we're doing the best that we can to make sure that the needs of our faithful are met. Again, as Father Jack said, there are plenty opportunities for online presence, but also in person, even though it might be limited.
This is one of those weird years where Christmas comes very close to a weekend, and so pretty soon after Christmas, we're back in the...
Think about it. We celebrate the morning Mass on Friday, and then we're back to confessions and Mass, and then a whole complement of Sunday Masses. So we have to keep ourselves healthy as well. And that's the other thing. You know, this is all well and good, either of the scenarios. I mean, I have my preference, I can tell you that, which would be the good weather, because I know that in the good weather scenario we can accommodate many more people. But what happens if we are quarantined? Well, if we're healthy, we can offer masses without a congregation. But what if, I mean, we have been extremely cautious. Both of us, but my mother just had her left hip replaced, and she had to have a COVID test, and I have to keep her healthy as well. So I've done nothing. So if we're sick, then there should be a third option that says, and a third and a fourth option, only live stream or no masses.
I think with everything this year, we've all, hopefully, I mean, it's been a steep learning curve for me to make plans like we have to in life, but also be detached when they change. How many trips, visits, walks, whatever have I decided just can't do it this year for all of the reasons that we have in our minds. So even with Christmas, this is what we propose now. We offer up, and we'll see what happens. A good question is outdoor masses going forward.
Yep.
What is the determination about that?
Yeah.
Considering winter weather will come.
We haven't set a date yet, but I'd love to get through December. And then I know that come January or even December, we might have to stop the outdoor mass. We get it. We have been very blessed to be able to get into late November and still offer outdoor mass for those who don't feel comfortable going inside. And as I said, clearly that is a large part of our population.
And we're kind of wavering on the idea. Do we decide whatever January 15th will be at the latest the last time we do an outdoor mass, and after that we just go in. That's just an idea.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're hesitant to commit to that because what if January 15th is a 55-degree day?
Right. I remember in 2015, I was the pastor of St. Mary's in South Dartmouth, and it was Christmas Eve, and we had all the windows open. It was 70 degrees outside. So
eventually, our hand will be, or will be forced. But
clearly, but I mean,
we're not quite there yet. So
we have to play it by ear. So just continue being patient with us, and we're going to continue doing the best that we can with the cards that we're dealt.
And we don't want to go inside before we have to.
We don't want to mandate that the only thing that we can have is indoor until we have to. Like I said, weather in New England can be gorgeous or it can be miserable. Anything else?
Kudos to Susan for your remark that buying the coffin was a grave decision.
Oh, thank you. It was.
And I know what I'm going to wear when it starts getting cold out.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Very nice.
It even has a hood.
Do you plug it in?
No, it's sustainable. It doesn't use electricity.
Sequins.
How
nice.
It's a sustainable
Now,
Christmas tree.
Can I ask a question?
Wearable.
Did you make that in like arts and crafts?
The children at St. Mary's Sacred Heart School made this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do me a favor, any kiddos who are watching, I don't need one. I have a whole closet full. I didn't think to bring them out tonight. I think we've covered pretty much what we needed to cover tonight. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. To all registered households, in early November you received a financial statement and a letter from me. I hope that you found that useful. I just want to thank you as your grateful pastor to say thank you. The generosity has been great. You've sustained your parish, and we've continued to do work, and there are more works projects in the loop. But thank you for those who have heeded the request to the November appeal. It's done very well for those of you who have seen the bulletin each and every week. That number continues to grow, which is great. So thank you for making us sustainable these days. Anything else? Again, just one of the things that I think we've done a fairly good job at is just getting information out, and so it's on the website. Monica is constantly updating the website, and I will forever be grateful. Clearly, we communicate Facebook, and now, as Father Jack said earlier, we have the capability of YouTube going live. And having said that, I hope that your Advent is a time that we can prepare ourselves. Yes, for the coming of the Lord at Christmas, for the coming of the Lord at the end of time, but also prepare ourselves for the things that we're not prepared for. COVID is not over yet. We still feel the restrictions in our own lives, in our community. It's constant. It's a constant barrage, and we just need to kind of work on that whole patience thing. Patience with one another, patience with our loved ones, patience with our co-workers, with those with whom we live. And perhaps our celebration of Christmas we will arrive at that in a much more peaceable way. So again, thank you for taking some time to be with us tonight. Hope that this has been informative, and just know that a lot of thought went into this, and it was not taken lightly. I don't know how many times I woke up last night just thinking, but anyway.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
look forward to seeing you in the parking lot in one of our churches or on live stream in the next days and weeks as we prepare for Christmas.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.
Good night.